Hey guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get this open so that I can get Instagram open as well. And I am gonna try to go live on both platforms. So many of my followers are stuck in the storm, so check this out. Right away, put on the white shirt, coffee. But you're gonna want to have like a rolled up towel or a block, because we are gonna do some block release today. I don't normally do that live, but I think it's just really important, since we're not moving much, to mobilize our back. So just kind of have that handy, and I'll be getting started in roughly about 2 or 3 minutes, okay? Hey, Mr. Now. It's okay to have like if you struggle with balance at all, it's not a bad idea to have like a chair or something handy. There's no shame in the game if you want to use that as a prop. Oh, I can actually see your post. Hey, Danelle. That'd be awesome. So like when I'm teaching, I'll be back here. So I won't be able to see the comments, because that's far away and the comments are like, but can you guys hear me okay? If you can hear me, I do need you to throw some thumbs or hearts, because I've got both platforms. I've got people on both platforms. Okay, Facebook can hear me. Instagram, can you? Wow, look at did you see that? There was fireworks on the Facebook Live. I got excited about that. I'm going to make that happen again. So many little things. So I've got Elizabeth on Instagram. Hey, Miss Cher, are you joining us today? Ooh, Emily just did her 250th workout. You shut your mouth. I can't wait to post that. So you guys, if you just got here, you don't have to have a yoga mat. Your floor works. But if you have a yoga mat, you're going to want a rolled up towel and or a block and some water. And then just make sure that you've got a long sleeve shirt to put on and some socks, because it is a little bit chilly in the air, even if your house is warm, when we start our meditation today. So I'm going to wait like maybe 1 more minute just to give time for people to join us. Okay? Yeah, girl. I'm excited you're here. Might as well, right? Baby, it's cold outside. I keep watching these people like get stuck on my hill, and I'm just like, yesterday I was willing to help them. It's too cold today. I just prayed for them. Oh, my husband's outside shoveling snow watching. Hi, babe. I'm waiting to see. I've also got Instagram running at the same time on a different device. So if you see me like doing camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2, that's what it is. So, okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get started. These will repost. And I'll just try to stay connected to it. It's always an awkward thing to teach live, but I'm just going to dive right into it as if you were all here with me on this snowy, beautiful day. And we're just enjoying it. Hey, Miss Leonora. Miss Leonora, make sure you've got a chair if you need it, okay? If you guys need a chair for balance, there's no shame in the game. Have it handy, like a sturdy kitchen chair. Nothing that's going to just fall down, right? Because we are going to be getting up and down out of the floor. So you are going to want to roll up towel like this, or sweatshirt, and a block, okay? But we're going to go ahead and get started. So we're going to start down in child's pose. The mic is going to go in and out just because, just the nature of doing something live, right? So we've got 10 of us joining us on Facebook. There are 10 of us joining us on Instagram. Welcome. Hi, Sammy. I'm gonna do yoga. I'm doing yoga on my new mat. Sammy got me that for Christmas. So, anyways, go ahead and grab your stuff. We're gonna focus on breath first. Oh, I meant to do that and I didn't do it. It's okay. I gotta get credit for my yoga. So, start your watches for yoga, right? We gotta get credit for our yoga. Where is it at? Oh, and goodness. It keeps taking me to a different page. Okay, if I was... Here we go. If you don't have a Apple Watch, you can start your yoga on something else. So, all right, we're gonna start down in child's pose. So in child's pose, you are just sitting back with your hips, and knees are wide, big toes are together, and we are prone. And we're gonna just start with some breathing. So I want you to stay here. I'm gonna actually lift my head to talk to you, but you're gonna keep your head to the ground so you can get your forehead to the ground. You feel free to prop up if you need to. If you need to use any kind of props to help it feel more comfortable, but you're trying to push the hips back. And we're gonna focus on our breath. So we're down in child's pose if you just joined us. You're taking a big breath in through the nose, open the mouth and audibly sigh. Let's do that again. Big breath in and sigh. I want you to take your left arm and we're gonna thread it through. And you have your palm toward the ceiling. And we're just staying in the child's pose with our legs. We're breathing and just kind of stretching through the spine, just getting things moving. It's still a little early in the day and it's quite cold, so be patient with your body. Coming up, and we're just going to switch arms. Take it and thread it through. Find your breath. There are many times I see people chewing gum when you do yoga, and it's actually better to not chew gum unless you're just nauseous or something. Like pregnant mamas a lot of times need to chew gum just for nauseousness, but if you're not nauseous, you can't relax through your jaw if you're chewing gum, so you'll naturally cause tension through your body. So just see if you can let the jaw go, relax, breathe. The cool part about being on Facebook Live to do yoga is I can't see you. You could be naked, and that would be okay, right? We're going to be coming up to hands and knees. You're going to bring your wrists right underneath your shoulders and your knees right underneath your hips. And as you do that, I want you to do some cat-cow. So we're going to tuck the chin. We're going to round the back up, kind of separating the shoulder blades. You're going to breathe out. And then we're going to drop down, drop the belly, tip the tailbone, tip the head. And I'm going to actually turn sideways so you guys can see me. But you're rounding up, breathing out, dropping down, breathing in. So find your own rhythm, your own pace. You don't have to go with me. And we're just mobilizing the spine. If you just got the hang of the moves and you're trying to put your breath with it, see if you don't have a super stuffy nose, if you can breathe in and out of the nose only. And fill up with air. And then as you round it back up, press all the air back out. We're going to do one more breath in and out, okay? Come into a neutral spine, and then we're going to look over the right shoulder. We're just doing a little bit of a stretch through the cervical spine. I actually woke up with a little bit of a stiff neck this morning. Just sleeping in, man, it's hard. I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning anyways, look over the other shoulder, and then I make myself go back to sleep. But it takes me like 2 hours, so I just get up and work and then go back. And then I'm apparently sleep weird. Bringing the head back to the center. We're going to walk the hands a little bit forward so that we can curl the toes under, lift the hips up, and we're going to walk forward into a fold. So when you're in a fold, you actually have pretty soft knees. you're trying to bring your torso in contact with your thighs. And you can't do that if your legs are really straight, right? So you kind of have them bent and you're folded over, kind of like a little kid would naturally do. Little kids naturally do yoga so well. And we're going to hang out here in ragdoll. I like to fold my elbow into hand on either side. And I like to sway a little bit. Your neck is fully relaxed here. And find your breath. All right, we're gonna roll all the way through one vertebra at a time to a standing position. And as you do, I want you to bring your arms up. Step your feet close together. And we're gonna lean over to the left side. Lean to the right side. Just stretching through the spine. Squeeze up and back. Breathe in. As you breathe out, I want you to fold. We're going to bring our hands to shins, and as we do, we're lifting our chest, straightening our legs, straightening our back. We're going to breathe in. We're going to breathe out, fold. Big inhale up. And we're going to stretch a little bit again. Lean to the left. Lean to the right. Squeeze up and back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Fold. We're going to extend again. Bring hands to shins. Breath in. This is when I'm very aware that I need to shave my legs. Ha ha. Fold. Big inhale up. And this time as we exhale, we're going to bring hands behind us. Clasp and lift the chest, okay? Just stretching out shoulders. And then let's go into it. Take a big breath in, reach up. Breathe out, fold. We're going to start our sun salutations. Bring hands to shins, breathe in. Breathe out, fold. We're going to step back to plank. Go ahead and drop the knees for this first set. And we're going to bring the chest all the way down to the ground, scraping the elbows along the body, pressing through the hands, lifting the chest, straightening the arms, and then push back. Lifting hips up. We're going to hang out here just a little bit. So in a good down dog, your spine is what we're working on. We're stretching things out and just kind of letting things lengthen. So the top of the head should dangle. So if you find yourself doing this, you may need to slightly bend the knees a little bit just so the top of the head can dangle toward the floor. Worst case scenario, you can hang out in child's pose where we started. There's no shame in the game. We're going to walk forward to fold. Remember, we've got soft knees on a fold. Big inhale up to the top. Big exhale, fold. If you're just getting here, we're just getting started, so jump in, join us. Bring hands to shins, breathe in. Breathe out, fold. Step back to plank. You can stay on knees or stay up on toes here, you pick. But we're gonna work on bringing the chest down before the belly. And then press and lift. See if you can look up and back. Push up and back into down dog. Hang out and breathe. Coming forward to fold. All right, if you've never done yoga before, we've got 4 more of those to do, so hang out with me. Breathe in. Breathe out, fold. Extension. Fold. Stepping back to plank. Coming down through our chaturanga. Lift. Push up and back. Breathe. Do one more breath here. Come forward to fold. Big inhale up. Big exhale, fold. Bring hands to shins, extension. Fold. Stepping back. Coming down through. Press up. And then push up and back. Hanging out. We're almost through the warm-up part, so hang in there with me. Coming forward to fold. Big inhale up. Exhale, fold. We're going to go 2 more, okay? Extension, bring hands to shins, straightening the legs. Fold. Step back to plank. Coming down through. Press and lift. Push up and back. Coming forward to fold. You got 1 more to do. My fireplace just kicked off. Exhale, fold. I don't even know how to turn it off on regular. Hands to shins. Fold. Stepping back to plank. This is our last one. Coming down through. Push up and back. Coming forward to fold. Big inhale up. Bring hands to heart center. Listen, if you have got just completely freezing up on my end, oh, that's not a good sign. Can anybody else hear me? Is it freezing up for everybody? We good? Can you hear me? Just give me a thumbs if you can. Yay, nay, yay, nay. Let me disconnect from Wi-Fi. So, all right, hopefully I'm still here. I mean, it could be just Wendy's connection. So, okay, we're gonna start our standing work, okay? So we're gonna keep our left foot forward and we're gonna step our right foot back. So you have about hip distance between them. You're not trying to step behind it. Does that make sense? So stepping back, your back foot's at a little bit of an angle, but you have like your wrist width between legs. So it's 3 to 4 feet depending on what your wingspan is, right? We're just gonna go into warrior 2. So press into that front leg, big bend in the knee, and then you're gonna drive forward and take just a little bit of push of the outside of the knee for the baby toe. Breathe and hold. So if you've never done yoga before, you'll start feeling work happening here, yeah? And that is normal. So find your breath, try to go tall to the top of your head. The song that always plays in my head when it starts to get hard is Henry VIII. I'm not sure if that's normal. Same. We're gonna reach out, bring forearm to thigh, and extend across. So I'm gonna turn sideways so you can see it from the side as well. It's just hard to fit in the screen. So we're not trying to poke our hip up. Everything's pressed forward. You see that? So I've got this great line from fingertip down to ankle. And some good work happening here, yeah? We're lifted through the core. If you wanted to play with it, you should be able to let this arm go because you're using core strength to hold yourself here. If you fall down, you know that you weren't doing it right, right? Breathe and stay. Push up and back, keeping a bend in that front leg. This is called a lot of different things in my realm, but I like to call it a reverse warrior. I've also seen it called sun warrior. I've also seen it called crescent warrior. And then we're gonna straighten the front leg, thank goodness, right? We're gonna reach out and you're gonna bring your hand, we're going beginner style. We're gonna bring the hand to the center of the shin and then lifting straight up. So what you wanna look for is you're trying to stack, I don't know if you can see my shoulders. You're trying to stack one shoulder on top of the other shoulder, so you've got this great line. So we're trying not to be forward with the shoulder. We're trying not to be back with the arm. It's just the shoulders you're trying to line up and work on. I'll show you from the front as well. So as you come into it, this arm is straight up and we're stretching both legs. Both legs are straight, okay? Breathe, breathe, breathe. Soften the front knee. We're gonna step forward to fold. Just a little bit of release on that low back. Big inhale all the way up. Bring hands to heart center. And we're gonna step our right leg back now, our left leg back now. Keep our right leg forward. And we're in warrior two on the other leg. So same rules. Press forward. Drive the outside of the knee toward the baby toe. We're tall. Through the neck, our shoulders and hips are facing the long side of our mat. Big bend in this knee. And we're breathing somehow in the middle of all of that, right? We're almost to all the good stuff. So if you can hang in there, we're trying to warm everything up. Reach way out. Bring forearm to thigh. Reach up and over. Remember that perfect line we're trying to create from fingertip to ankle, so pull the hip forward. Pushing up and back into that reverse. And I don't know very many of the Sanskrit names. I have these moments where I try to learn it, but kind of me knowing it doesn't really help anybody. So I just kind of keep it pretty layman's terms. I'm a very beginning yoga instructor in that that's who I cater to and help. I love yoga and I advance my practice. We're coming down to triangle, but I do try to keep mine pretty simple. We're bringing that left hand to the center of the shin and we're lifting that top arm. So you should have a great line. Both legs are straight. It's almost like you're trying to put that back butt cheek on the wall behind you, like toward the short side of your mat. We're gonna soften that front leg. We're gonna step forward, fold. Hanging out. Big inhale up. Good job. Bring hands to heart center. Hey, Miss Janet. We're going to do some tree pose. I'm going to back up just a little, make sure my feet are seen. And tree pose. Usually hands are at heart center, but you can start with your hands on your hips, and sometimes that's a little bit more grounding. But we can kickstand. We can bring the foot below the knee, or you can get ambitious and hook it above the knee. We just don't put any pressure on the knee. It will move the joint that way. And we don't need to do that. We want the movable joints to stay where they're supposed to stay in the realm that they're supposed to be in, right? Bringing hands to heart center. Come on, Miss Janet, get your mat out, girl. Join us. You could be in your pajamas, nobody knows. Tell Bella, Bella. So in tree pose, once you guys have a little bit of balance, I'm going to walk you through. Keep your hands here. My hands are going to talk, okay? So this hip is going to want to go this way. And you need to really squeeze that butt cheek and pull it in so that that engagement is there. This knee, we're driving it out to the side. Like if I was a book, I could slide you right into a slot on the bookshelf. Let's play with the arms. Taking arms wide. And then coming all the way up. And see if you can clasp. We're gonna bring index fingers up toward the ceiling and then pull the shoulders down and back. Breathe and hold. Bring hands to heart center. Coming out of that leg that just held you up, did you find a lot of new muscles? Shake it out for me. We're gonna balance on the other side. Whew. So all of the weight, we've got our 3 options. Kickstand below the knee, above the knee. We're gonna start with hands on hips. See if you can play with the balance. If you can't get it, you've got a chair, right? Because that's what I told you to do. I can't see you. Hopefully you listened, right? Stay and breathe. We're almost to all the really good stuff, so if you can just hang out. Balance is so important, and you know what? Every day is so different for me with balance. I'll have people say, my balance is awful. How much do you work on it, though? Hey, Shelby! Love it. I think it's Pinky Tacky. Is that who that is? It's so tiny on my screen, y'all. Open the arms. Grow tall. Clasp. Index fingers up. Pull the shoulders down and back. Let your hands find heart center. Nice. Shake that leg out. You did so good. A round of applause for everybody, right? If you didn't die, it's a success, because what doesn't kill you makes for a great story. Okay, we're gonna do some hip opening work, okay? So you want to be able to keep your sits bones on the ground. So I can stack my legs, and both my sits bones, the bones that are in your butt cheeks, the bony part, not the chunky part, right? I like my chunky butt, so don't think I'm talking about your chunky butt. If you can't, if it's trying to lift up, just drop that right foot forward, okay? Either way, we're gonna stretch out the hips. Take a big breath up. As you breathe out, we're just tipping at the hips, coming forward, and oh my goodness, it feels so good. Such a great release. And even if you just joined us and you do just this part, it'll make such a difference in how you feel today. If you're hanging in there, hang in there. I'm so super proud of you. We've been working for 22 minutes, according to my Apple Watch. Check and make sure you're not clenching your jaw. Even if your hip is really tight, try to relax that. You gotta soften through the body, and the jaw is kind of that spot that has to happen first. All right, we're gonna twist to the right. As you do, you're kind of taking that right hand back behind you, fingertip in the floor. Lift the chest and look back up the shoulder. Breathe into that. All right, we're gonna C-shape over to the right side. When I say C-shape, I'm talking about your spine, so picture it as the letter C, okay? The same rule applies. You do have sits bones attached to the ground, and you can come as deep as you want into that as long as the sits bones don't come up. Breathe and stay. Stretching through the spine. So good. Switching sides. Keeping those sits bones down. There might be some popping and cracking. There is in my world. Coming up, we're going to take this right leg back behind us and pigeon. I'll give you a couple of options. If you've got knee problems, you can do a 90-90 with your knees. If you've got, let me kick up my water. If you've got really tight hips, this is where the block or the rolled up towel comes in handy, because what you want to do is place it up under this hip as you take it back. That way you can come into it, okay? So you've got that option. But we're gonna take all the way up onto the knee if you can, and all 5 toenails, so the leg is straight behind you. Can you see my leg? There's my toes, kicking all the way down behind you. This knee, we've inched it just a little bit outside the line of the hip bone, so it's not here, it's here, okay? We're dropping down inside. See if you can bring your elbows to the ground. And boom, you've got this great stretch through your butt cheek. Life is happy. It's all good. Focus on your breath. Relax your jaw. What can you relax while you're here? Can you relax your neck and shoulders a little bit more? If you want to, you can come all the way down. It's just hard for me to talk there, so I don't. But just focus on your breath. We're gonna hang here for a little bit. Large muscles take time to stretch. Like if you were in the middle of the grocery store, this would be totally weird. But if you were in the middle of the grocery store and you grabbed a roast and you were trying to stretch that sucker out, it would take time, right? It's the same thing. Your glutes are your largest muscle in the best way, your largest muscle. They make the world go round in many ways. Pun intended. Let's do 3 more nice, long, even breaths. I mean, really think about those breaths. As you finish that 3rd breath, we're gonna press up to the hands. And when you press up to the hands, I want you to bring them back on either side of this front knee and lift your chest up really, really high and look back and up. Breathe into that. I would tell you look amazing, but I can't see you, but I'm sure you do. We're gonna take this leg out to the side. So we're gonna keep this guy tucked in. If the knee is bugging you, just kind of straighten it out for a minute. It is really cold today, so your joints may need a little bit of extra love loves. We have our right leg out. We're gonna take our right hand inside. The left arm's coming up and over. We're C-shaping again. So wherever you land here, if that's here, that's fine. If you can deepen it a little bit and come across, that's even better. Great big breathing. Now we're gonna bring our hands on either side of that leg. Bring your chest over the top of the leg and reach out for the foot. Long, even breaths. And think about aiming your toes towards your face a little bit, just to get a little bit of some stretch through the hammy, okay? Breathe into that. Coming up out of that, we're gonna take both legs forward, do a little bounce, bounce, show the knees a little bit of love, okay? And then we're gonna bring our left leg on top. We're just switching legs. Take a breath up, breathe out, and out. I get asked often, because I left National Fitness Center in 2020, and I get asked often if I still teach yoga. Yes, all the classes that I created in my business, my training business, are still in action. So if you ever want to come see me, I teach all over town. I have a hub in my home away from home, which is Creative Edge Dance Studio. It's on the east side of town, 297 Oak Ridge Turnpike. I also have a great relationship with Coa Strength and Fitness. Probably the best gym in town because of how catering it is to people. It is over there by IGA on the east side of town. And my best friend owns it. So she's amazing, Kelly Rubishes, if you've never met her. She's worth meeting, and her husband, Pete. And then I also teach at the city. The city welcomes me into the courthouse every Tuesday, which is what we're missing today. We're gonna come up and we're gonna twist to the left, look back over the shoulder. And I teach at the Bell when it's warm. The Bell is in Bissell Park. And that is on Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. when it's warm. Now we're at the studio for 8 a.m. It's way too cold to be outside doing yoga. Today especially. If I'm out there doing yoga, it's just for a picture. We're gonna C-shape to the left. But anyways, I've taught yoga in this town for many, many moons. Since 2006, actually. So if you ever want to come hang out with me, we are C-shaping our spine right now. I would love to see you. Switching sides. Remember, we're keeping our sit bones on the ground. I'm so glad that you could join me today. I've enjoyed the snow, but I'm ready for it to go now. All right, coming up, we're gonna go back into that pigeon. So we're swinging this leg back behind us, just like we did last time. We are up on all 5 toenails on that back knee, and we're inching this right knee just a little bit outside the line of our hip bone, and then coming down inside the knee with our elbows. You might find that you are more flexible or tighter on one side or the other. That's totally normal. We as human beings favor our strong side. Your strong side has a tendency to be tighter. Find that long, even breath. Let's hang out for about 3 more breaths here, you guys. So what can you relax? If you want to go all the way down, go all the way down. Can you relax your shoulders, your neck, your jaw? What's it doing? So many people are like, how does she know about my jaw? Because people clench it. We live in a high-stress society. So I'm trying to make you aware of the fact that you're doing that. It creates tension through your entire body the very second you clench your jaw. All right, we're going to press up to our hands. We're bringing the hands on either side of this front knee. Lift the chest nice and high. Breathe. All right, we're going to take this leg out to the side. Bringing our left hand inside the knee. Reaching up and over. Finding your big stretch here. This sequence that I'm teaching you today, if you want to save this video, is something that you should do every day, this hip sequence. Especially if you sit a lot or if you stand a lot. It's real important that you add this type of flexibility to get some mobility in our spine. Turning toward the foot, turning the chest toward the thigh, reach out, breathe. It just seems real basic, but it's so good for you. Sometimes the most basic things in repetition are the best for us. It's those clear habits that we create for ourselves, right? Coming up, we're going to take legs wide. So this is where you might need your block or your towel. I'm going to put my elbows on the ground, but you can see that I've been working on my flexibility for a little while, right? If you can't quite get your elbows to the floor, the block can help you hang out because you want to be able to completely relax in this position, right? So wherever that takes you. Coming down, breathe. So when you do any kind of hamstring stretching, you always want to make sure you're pretty warm, which we were. We did all that standing work. We did our balance work. We did our sun salutations. But you also have to realize that's also a large muscle group. It's an intense stretch, you know. There are 3 muscles in your hamstring, and some of them stay pretty tight all the time. If you have tight hamstrings and you have low back pain, the reason you have low back pain is likely because you need to stretch your hamstrings more. So it's something that you can work on and get better at. I was not this flexible when I started. I had really struggled with hamstring flexibility. coming up. We're gonna bring our feet together. One more little hip opener here. So just coming forward, hanging out, and breathing. All right, we're gonna come down to our belly. I was determined to knock that over. I always spill my water in every class. It's like part of what I do. It's okay, I have a towel, right? We're gonna come all the way down to our tummies and we're gonna rest our head. Let me scoot back just a little bit so you can see me. Rest our forehead down on our arms and you stay there. It's gonna be harder for me to talk there, so I'm gonna lift my head here and talk to you. But we're going to focus on our breath. I want you to do soft, even breaths. I need you to relax through your glutes. Hi, kitty. Relax down the body. And then we're going to push up into Sphinx pose. So as you come up, you're going to bring the elbows right underneath the shoulders. Palms are down, not in. They're out even with the shoulders. And you're going to lift, you're going to drive the elbows down to lift the chest a little bit and think about growing tall through the top of your head. Breathe. Let's do one more breath together. And then we're going to come back down. We're going to do a little bit of restorative here because we just need it. I think after being home for 2 days, we're going to bring our left knee up into what I call half frog. And it's like you're in bed and you're just chilling, right? Nice passive stretch. Give me one more breath here, okay? Let's switch legs. This should feel good. This should feel like, oh gosh, this is the best thing. She should have just done this the whole time, right? Feels good. All right, we're gonna push back into child's pose again. Knees wide, big toes together, hips go back toward the heels, melting into that. We're going to walk to the left of our mat with both hands and then push the hips back as you bring the head to the ground, feeling a stretch through the side body. Let's switch sides. Big breathing. Y'all are doing so good. Hang in there. And then coming up, and this is where I'm going to turn sideways on my mat, which it will knock part of me out of the screen, but you'll be all right. You'll be okay. You'll get the gist of it. This is where you either need your rolled up towel or your block, okay? So we're gonna stick them just slightly behind you. It's not touching my hips, but just slightly behind you, and we're literally gonna lay on the block. So when you are new to this, it's a pretty intense stretch. But we're just reminding our spine to be flexible both directions, right? Not gonna water over again. If it feels good to take your arms up overhead, do that. But, you know, the best description that I always give everybody is that just kind of feels like you've got a block in your back. This was something that I learned online from a really wonderful and well-renowned yoga instructor. And it was when I was having really bad back problems, and it changed my life. So it's something that I've kept and brought to my classes. So I really do love block opening. We're gonna hang out for 2 more breaths, so hang in there and check your jaw. Are you relaxed? All right, you're gonna come up, which there's not a graceful way to do that, so no judgment, right? We're gonna move this to our upper back, okay? So right between our shoulder blades, and we're gonna take our arms up overhead right away on this one. And this does a great job of kind of opening up to that upper back where we keep terrible posture. This opens our lungs up. We have really lazy lungs, I like to say, here in Tennessee. So we can open them up a little bit and breathe deep. So we're gonna do a little bit of expansive breathing here. So what I want you to do is breathe in, and as you breathe in, I want you to keep pulling air in. And then I'll tell you when to breathe out. I promise I won't forget about you. Okay, breathe in. Keep pulling air in. And breathe out. Let's do that again. Breath in. Keep pulling air in. A little bit longer this time. And breathe out. Let's go one more time, a little bit longer, last time. And breathe out. Good job. We're coming off that block. We're laying our back. When you lay on your back, you can feel the good work that you just did. It's almost like your back is like, oh gosh, that feels so good, right? Not because you stop, but because you've stretched some stuff out that just gets ignored. We're gonna bend our knees, feet flat. We're gonna lift our hips up and put the pelvic cage, the hips right on top of the block. We're gonna hang out here for just a minute. We're gonna do a stretch. That's really helped me a lot with my most recent back injury. I do active stuff, so I have a tendency to get hurt here and there, and this one's from dancing. So, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna hug our left knee into the chest, and we're gonna take the right leg out straight and just kind of let passive stretching happen here. So what we're stretching is your psoas, which is housed up in that pelvis of yours. As since you get really tight, it is the main culprit in my back issue. And so I just started bringing this into class, and I feel like it's helped a lot of people. So, because many times when you have a back issue, it's your psoas. Not every time, but many, many times. There's some teachers out there that are going, hallelujah, yeah. Preach, girl, preach it. But it is a tender area. I had my massage therapist tackle it once, and I about killed her. I was like, no, we're done with that. We done. All right, hug the right knee in. We're going to switch legs. Just passively hang out. Good stretch for athletes. Oh my gosh, runners, baseball players, football players. Such a great stretch. Your body should be feeling it. You should be feeling pretty zen, which is just woohoo, right? Like, wow, I didn't know I could feel this good. We're going to take both legs up. So this is an easier way to do feet up the wall. So if you've ever tried feet up the wall, it can be a little bit challenging if your hamstrings are tight. If that doesn't feel good, just put your feet flat on the floor. Otherwise, we're hanging out here. We're going to roll our ankles out here. If you've sat a lot over the last 2 days, we're just kind of encouraging some lymph movement here. Just to get you moving, y'all. Most of my audience is from Tennessee, but I do have some friends from England, from Germany, from Canada. I've got a lot of new fun Canadian friends that are coaches that I really have fun with. All right, we're gonna bring our feet down and just really tiny and really gently, we're gonna rock the knees side to side just a little bit. There's some tiny muscles that get kind of ignored in our pelvis. And then we're gonna lift our hips, take the block out from under us. And hopefully you can see my knees, which is what I wanted. I know you can't see my face, but you can see my knees. So there is a separation between my feet. They're not touching, they're separated, okay? There's one stepped out from the other. We're gonna windshield wiper the knees side to side. And you can't get a good windshield wiper if your feet are close together. You see how my knee is dropping forward of that foot? So space between the feet. We're gonna land to the left side of our body. Once you land both knees to the left, keep them to the left, don't pick them up. We're gonna pick that left foot up, hook it across that right knee and pull that down. Jennifer Miller taught me this stretch during a yoga class once, and I have never, ever, ever not had it. This is such a great stretch. If you're a runner, if you're an athlete, phenomenal stretch to add to your programming, pre and post. Coming up, windshield wiper, landing both knees to the right side, picking our right foot up, hooking it across our left knee, pulling that down, and breathing. Coming up out of that, we've got two more little poses that we're going to do here. Hug the knees into the chest, rock a little bit side to side. And then we're going to come up into happy baby pose. So happy baby, just picture a baby getting their diaper changed, right? They reach up and grab their feet, and you're just like, okay, grab your feet, but don't touch your poop, that sort of thing. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Your feet are roughly parallel to the ceiling, so they're not like weird angles or coming forward. You're pushing into the feet with your hands. If you can't grab the hands, you can grab the ankles, and you're driving the knees toward the floor outside the line of the body. If it feels good from there, you'll just do little baby rocks. A nice little massage for our low back. And then take legs wide. You do not have to hold on to your feet here. Hold on wherever it feels good. You can hold on anywhere on your legs. Straighten the knees. One more little stretch. Bringing that back in. And now it's time for the good stuff. So if you're chilly at all, grab your socks, your long sleeve shirt. We're going to lay down on the floor and do some meditation together. So even if you just joined us, even if you're sitting, I would love for you to do some meditation with us. Life is short. We all need to learn how to let go of stress, right? But get comfortable on the floor. So the most common position is corpse, and it's just like this, a dead body. But nobody dies. That's one of my rules. Nobody dies, right? But we're gonna close our eyes. We're going to take a big deep breath in through the nose. We're going to open the mouth and audibly sigh. And I want you to do that again. Take a big deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth and audibly sigh. Now I want you to start softening down through the body. It's a little easier when we're home on a snow day, but maybe it's really causing you stress that you're missing work. I don't know. But we want to try to not hold on to any tension. So soften through the face. Soften through the jaw. Soften through the neck and shoulders. I want you to widen and flatten your shoulder blades. If you're on the floor on your back, if you're sitting up, see where can you let go. Check your jaw one more time. Make sure that it is softened. Relax down your back on either side of the spine. Bring all of your awareness into your hips And I want you to really allow the hips to become heavy. Relax your legs. Relax your arms. And then bring all of your awareness back into your breath. I want you to focus on allowing the in-breath to feel really light and lifted, and the out-breath to feel really heavy, sinking, grounded. Breathe in light. Breathe out heavy. Go ahead and bring some gentle movement back into the body, back into fingers, back into toes. And then stretch your arms above your head, stretch your legs far away. Take a deep breath in, and then just slowly make your way up into seated. Once you get to seated, just sit comfortable, let your hands find your knees, and close your eyes for me. We are going to breathe together one more time together. Take a big deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth and sigh. Let's do that again. Big breath in. And sigh. Go ahead and open the eyes. Breathe up. Let your hands find heart center. Namaste. Happy Tuesday. I hope this brightened your day. If you're watching on replay, put hashtag replay. And thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me live, even though it's always a fiasco to do a live. But you guys are great, and I'm proud of you. Super proud. Way to go. It's good. It's good. All right.